Hello students, welcome to the GATE Academy. Myself Murali Krishna. Today I am going to discuss about that post-GATE guidance 2019 for electrical department. And before going to start this, first of all, I would like to congratulate everyone who have qualified in 2019 GATE electrical department. So now let us see in this post-GATE guidance session what are the topics we are going to discuss. In this, after getting the GATE result, you will have the GATE scorecard. In that GATE scorecard, you will have three important parameters. The first one is GATE marks. Second one is GATE rank. And the third one is GATE score. So we will have GATE marks, GATE rank and GATE score. So what is the difference among these three? We will see in a short manner, we will see that what is the difference among these three. So coming to the first one, the GATE marks. What is the importance of the GATE marks? GATE marks are helpful for you in public sector undertakings. For example, if you are going to apply for any IOCL or any power grid or NTPC, they will conduct either group discussion or interview or sometimes both. So in this particular case, the GATE marks will have more weightage. The interview process will be 85% for the GATE marks, 85% for the GATE marks, and remaining 15% is for group discussion as well as interview. Some organizations they may conduct both group discussion as well as interview, or some organizations will conduct only interview. Now let us see what is the GATE rank importance. This GATE rank will be helpful for you for choosing the proper specialization in a particular organization, reputed organization like IISc, any IITs or NITs. So how it will be helpful? If you consider, if you belongs to the electrical department, if you choose any branch in that particular organization, like for example, power electronics and electric drives, if you choose your concerned branch specialization, then there your GATE rank will be helpful. Now, coming to the GATE score. Now, what is the importance of the GATE score? This GATE score will be really helpful for the students who are going to opt for higher educations. Like in masters, if you want to opt any interdisciplinary branch. What does it mean by interdisciplinary branch? In interdisciplinary branch means, even though if you belongs to IISc department, but your interest in interdisciplinary branch, it means like for example, VLSI design, or some of them are interested in microelectronics. Why? Because nowadays microelectronics is one of the leading specialization which will offer you 100% placements. So in this you can take either VLSI or microelectronics. In this definitely the GATE score will be helpful. Why? Because you are choosing an interdisciplinary branch. So these are the differences among these three. Again, GATE marks is for public sector undertakings and GATE rank is for concerned branch if you want to opt any specialization, and GATE score will be interdisciplinary branches. Now, coming to the opportunities through GATE. So basically, the opportunities through the GATE are, first one is higher education, next one is PSUs, and the third one is the research organizations. So let us see in detail what are the opportunities you will have with these three parameters. In higher education, we will have these following categories. The first one is master programs, next one is direct PhD, and another one is management courses and abroad opportunities. So what is meant by all these four categories in terms of higher education? We will see in detail. In master programs, you will have these three categories. And the first one is M.Tech, and next one is ME and MS. If you observe these three, the first one is M.Tech, and the second one is ME, and the third one is MS. If you observe these three, there is no difference between these two. Why? Because these two are related to the industrial oriented programs. But whereas this is related to the research oriented program. Now, what is the difference only between these two? It means, what is the difference between, this is your industry oriented. This is your industry oriented program. And this is your research oriented. This is your, and this is your industry research oriented program. Let us see what is the, and this is your research industry oriented. Let us see the difference between, and this is your research oriented. The only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. Research industry oriented. And let us see the difference between, and this is your 2 years. So where the only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. Research industry oriented. During the first year, the difference between, and this is your 2 years. So where the only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. Research industry oriented. During the first year, the difference between, and this is your 2 years. And second, where the only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. During the first year, the difference between, and this is your 2 years. And second, where the only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. During the first year, the difference, and this is your 2 years. And second, where the only the difference, let us see what is the, and this is the course duration. During the first year, the difference, and this is your 2 years. And second, where the only the difference, let us see what is the, within the campus. Within the campus. And the second category is out of the campus. Out of the campus. So out of the campus means you will be going to an internship to a particular organization. That organization will offer you the 6 to 8 months of the internship. During that internship, you will get to pay on an average a stipend of 20,000 to 25,000. During that internship, you will get to pay 20,000 to 25,000. If your performance is very well during this period, it means 6 to 8 months. During this 6 to 8 months, if your performance is very well, then there is a lot of chances to be recruited in the same company with the huge packages. Now, within the campus means it is, you have to go to under project guide, you need to do the project within the campus only. After that, campus selections will be there. Now, out of the campus means you need to first attend an interview. So thereafter, if you are shortlisted, you will eligible for the internships. After that, you will go to that research program in that. Now, coming to the MS program. During this MS program, in this MS program, the course duration is about 3 years. But the interesting fact is, in the first semester only, you will have the classwork. From second sem to 6th sem, from second semester to 6th semester, you will have only project work. Because MS is purely, I told you already, it is a purely research based program. So, you will undergo to the project work. If your performance is very well during this project work, you can complete the project from 2nd sem to 5th sem. It means within the 6th semester. It means once if you come to the 5th semester, if your performance is very well, then there is a lot of scope to complete the project. Remember, if the work is very efficiently, then only they will go to award your degree. It means you can complete the MS program from 2.5 years to 3 years. Max to max, it reaches to the 3 years. Within 3 years, it will be completed. If your performance is very well, you can complete within 2.5 years. So till now, we have discussed about the differences between M.Tech and MS. Now, let us see what are the programs are available in particular organization. If you see that, the first one is microelectronics or VLSI. And the next one is power electronics and power systems. And the third one is machine drives and power electronics. Fourth one is control and instrumentation. And the fifth one is power systems. And the sixth one is integrated electronics and circuits. And the last but not least is communication engineering. So the order of preference which we have given in this is based on the placement opportunities. Now, if you observe that first three which are highlighted, those three specializations are very most prominent specializations nowadays in the market. You will have a lot of scope in that. But if you want to choose that based upon your interest only, it means, for example, if you are very familiar with machines and power electronics, then you have to opt machine drives and power electronics. If you are very familiar with EDC or analog electronics, then it is better to opt VLSA or microelectronics. So if you choose in this out of 7, if you choose any one of these course, then definitely there is a lot of scope for the placement point of view. Okay, so till now we have seen that various specializations based upon the placement point of view. Now let us see how to choose these specializations in a respective organization. But before that, you should know what is the recruitment procedure, what is the admission procedure of these organizations. There are 3 types of admission process. The first one is direct admission. If you want to get the direct admission, your rank should be very good. It means it is of almost double-digit rank. And if you observe that in M.Tech core discipline, it means if you are electrical department student, if you want to get any power electronics, electric drives or power electronics and power systems, then your rank should be below at least 150. Now, coming to the second stage, you will have gate plus interview. Few organizations will conduct interview and few organizations will directly take the admission only through gate rank. Now, coming to the third category, it will conduct exam as well as interview. Only few organizations will do that. Let us see in detail which one will conduct and what kind of organizations will offer that written test and interview. Now, if you observe that 2018 cutoff, based upon one specialization I have taken that, it is of microelectronics. For the remaining branches like power electronics and power systems and control instrumentation, for that we have provided the link below this video. If you go through that, you will get clear-cut idea about which organization offer the cutoff rank or cutoff gate score for a respective specialization. Now, let us see the preference of institutes based upon what rank which institute I have to prefer. So we have categorized into different groups. In the first group, if you see that IISc Bangalore and IIT Bombay. So if you see that these two, there is no much difference between these two in terms of placement point of view, in terms of your job opportunities also. But only the difference is IISc Bangalore is little bit more research oriented program. But whereas IIT Bombay is little bit less research oriented. But these two are having a great scope of placement point of view. Now coming to the group 2. Group 2 contains IIT Delhi and IIT Madras and IIT Kanpur. So if you see these 3, they will conduct a written exam as well as an interview for the admission process. But if you really want to get admission in these 3, you have to start your preparation for written test as well as interview. So if you observe in these 2, what kind of topics I have to prefer for any interview process, we will see within soon. Now coming to the group 3, it is IIT Kharagpur. So this IIT Kharagpur, it is also equivalent to the IIT Bombay Research Assistant as well as IIT Delhi Master in Science. It means it is almost equivalent to that if you do Research Assistant at IIT Bombay or Master in Science at IIT Delhi. Now coming to the group 4, it is IIT Gauhati, IIT Roorkela and IIT BHU. So till now we have seen that preference of institutes like IISc Bangalore and top IITs, what you will get in these organizations. You will get a great exposure towards the research. And the next one is 100% placement. And the last but not least is you will aware of latest trends and technologies in science and engineering also. So now let us see the in preference of institutes in the group 5. In the group 5 contains NITs, old NITs, that is NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal and NIT Surathkal. And below that you will find that IITs also. But based upon the placement point of view, you have to choose that old NITs like NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal and Surathkal. But if you really want an any IIT brand, but if your rank should be in that particular range, if you want to choose any IIT brand, then you have to opt that any IIT of in the group 5. But in terms of placement point of view, it is better to opt only that NIT Trichy or Warangal or Surathkal. Now, if you see this, the remaining IITs and IITs are which are in a preference order based upon the placement point of view. Coming to this preference of institutes, the Group 6 contains these three colleges. The first one is Delhi Technological University. The second one is BITS Pilani. And the third one is College of Engineering, Pune. These three colleges are also offering good placements since from the last 3 to 4 years for the respective master programs. So now, coming to the Group 7. In this Group 7, you will find that government universities and next one is private engineering colleges. These organizations also will provide the master's program, those who got that moderate rank as well as up to that up 10,000 or medium ranks. So you can opt for master's program in these two organizations also. So up to now, we have seen that order of specialization as well as order of preference of institutes. As I've earlier mentioned that the selection process is based on few organizations will be selected based on test or interview, or you can face both of them at a time. So what does that test contains as well as what does that mean by that interview? In that test, it will mention that you will face the consent discipline. It means if you belongs to the electrical department, you will face the questions from the consent department. Next one is engineering mathematics. For example, if you consider IISc Bangalore, IISc Bangalore will be mostly a stressed interview. It contains only that basics of mathematics as well as your consent department. Coming to the IIT Madras, they will conduct a written test based upon the GATE syllabus, but the test is not up to the GATE level. It is way below the GATE level. And your interview is also based upon that written test only. Now coming to the interview, before going to the interview, you have to be focused on this is B.Tech project. It means, for example, in your B.Tech project, suppose you have done any project related to the any MOSFET or any BJT or any IGBT. So if you do any rectifier project, so why we have to use a particular switch? For example, if you use any switch like a MOSFET, why I have to use this MOSFET? Instead of that, if I use another switch, what will happen? Like that, you will have these kind of questions in a particular area. So try to focus not much in depth, just put a questionnaire mark, basic components. Any block systems are there, any blocks are there, you have to focus more on that. Now coming to the basic specialization. So what is the basic specialization you have chosen? Means, for example, if you choose any power electronics, they might have asked questions from the concerned specialization branch, which you are going to opt in masters. And the last but not least is, you should be very clarity as well as a confidence. If you know about the question, you have to say very confidently. Suppose if you don't know anything, don't bluff them. If you know very well, be present very confidently. If it is not, so you can say that, currently I didn't recall that. So like that you have to say. Okay. After master's program, now some of the students may have interest in research oriented programs. Like as I earlier mentioned that MS is also offering research oriented program. Those people also eligible for this direct PhD. So what does it mean by this direct PhD? Who are eligible for this? The people who are eligible for this is B.Tech plus GATE score. So if your GATE score is very good, then they will directly take into you that particular direct PhD. In this direct PhD, you have to choose a proper specialization. Based upon that particular area, they will mostly ask you the questions. So for that, you have to be focused very well in which area you are going to do that doctorate. Now, what is the fellowship program? What they will provide during this PhD? In the first 2 years, they will offer a stipend of 25,000 rupees per month. After 2 years successfully completed, you will get to paid by 28,000 per month in the next 3 years. Now, the last one is industrial sponsored program. Industrial sponsored program means if your research is a very good, it means it is a very worthful, then various research organizations will sponsor you for that particular project so that you will get to paid by them also. So it will be very helpful for you for your research program. You will be quickly awarded your doctorate. Now, some students will interested in management based courses. For example, in IIM, they are offering that fellowship programs through the GATE score also. But what are the eligibility criteria? You have to qualify the GATE exam, and as well as the course duration is about 4 to 5 years. It is a very long duration, and every month you will get a stipend of 20,000 to 30,000 rupees, as well as ACA. ACA means annual contingency allowance. It means per annum you will get a stipend of overall year performance based. But after completion of the 4 to 5 years, your placement opportunities are almost equivalent to the IIT graduates, and you will get to paid by the different organizations with high skill. And some of the students, those who got that average rank, so what they have to choose? Some of them are interested in management courses, as I told you already. Compared to the IIM, this NIT Mumbai is little bit lesser management course compared to that IIM, but it will also provide great placement opportunities to the students who are interested in management courses. But the course duration is 2 years only. But what are the courses offered by this NIT Mumbai? The first one is postgraduate diploma courses. It means PGDIE, PGDPM, PGDMM. So all these postgraduate diploma courses are offered by the NIT Mumbai. And the selection process is based on group discussion and interview. And the GATE rank, if you are up to 1500, there is a lot of chances to get admission directly in this. Similarly, this management program is also offered by the IIT Kanpur. And the selection process is also based on the group discussion as well as the personal interview. Few students, after completion of the B.Tech, after clearing the GATE, they want to do the master's program as well as they want to do the research program outside of the country. It means foreign universities they want to prefer. For them also, few organizations, the foreign organizations will offer that master's program as well as the PhD also. Like NTU Singapore, NUS Singapore, some German universities also, they are providing these opportunities. But the people who are from IITs as well as IISc Bangalore, they will get more opportunities in abroad to get admissions in their respective foreign organizations. So, till now we have seen that opportunities through GATE only in educational, it means higher education. Now let us see the public sectors, how they are providing opportunities through the GATE. These are the most powerful public sector undertakings which they offer the huge packages on an average 50 lakhs per annum. The order of the public sectors, if you see in that, based upon that package levels, if you see that Power Grid, IOCL, ONGC, NTPC, NLC, GAIL and BHEL, etc. If you see that order, the order of preference is only based upon the packages what they are offering. Highest package is offered by the Power Grid. It is around 14 lakhs, 14 to 15 lakhs. The minimum package offered by any public sector is around 7 to 8 lakhs per annum. The selection procedure for this public sector unit is at least you have to get below 450 rank or 500 on an average. And the selection criteria is based on only pure marks as well as your group discussion or interview. 85% of weightage will be given to that GATE marks. And remaining 15% is only for your interview performance only. So what to prepare for this group discussion or personal interview? The group discussion, for this you have to prepare these following topics. First one is hot topics. Hot topics means the latest trends which is happening across the world. And the second thing is knowledge about at least general awareness you should have. And the third one is listening skills. Whenever if anyone starts the group discussion, you have to listen properly that what they are talking about the current topic. So based on that you have to start that. Otherwise it will be create a misconception with you. And the last but not least is initiation or summarization discussion. Either you have to initiate or summarize. If you got that opportunity, you have to utilize very properly, because in the group discussion more weightage will be have either initiation or summarization. After successful completion of the group discussion, they will select the candidates for the personal interview in 1:3 ratio. But in this interview you will face that B.Tech project. As I earlier mentioned that if you want to go for master's program, in interview few organizations will concentrate on B.Tech project, as well as in public sectors also they will ask some questions from the B.Tech project. Now they will ask common questions. Why you opting for PSU? You have to be ready with that answer. But that answer should be very polite manner and you should not bluff them. Okay. And the next one is, at least you have to prepare for minimum 3 subjects, because in your interviewer panel, at least minimum 3 to 4 subject experts will be there. It means definitely you need to prepare at least 3 subjects for the interview. And minimum knowledge about the PSU. It means suppose if you go to the NTPC, you have to do at least some groundwork before going to that NTPC interview. So opportunities through the gate, it means we have seen that higher education and public sectors. Now the last one is research organization. It means this can be opted by the students who are interested in the research area. So which one will offer these research programs? These are the various research programs offered by the different organizations. First one is CSIR. In the CSIR, there are 2 programs are there again. In the 2 programs are, first one is JRF. JRF means Junior Research Fellowship. For this Junior Research Fellowship, the selection process is you should have a valid gate score as well as interview also. After successful completion of the interview, you will be selected as a JRF and they will give you 25,000 rupees as a stipend every month. Coming to that, next one is integrated course. In this integrated course, it is a combination of M.Tech as well as the PhD. For these 2, you will have, after completion of this, you will get 28,000 rupees as a stipend. Now coming to the DRDO, you will be recruited as a scientist, but before that, they will recruit you as a JRF. After successful completion of that JRF, they will take you to as a scientist. Now coming to the bar. Bar is one of the most toughest interview in all the research programs. So in that interview panel, at least you will face nearly 5 to 6 people, but for that you need to prepare minimum 5 subjects for that interview process, because the first question in the interview you are going to face is write down your top 5 subjects which you are going to be answer. Okay, so you have to be very thorough, at least 5 subjects before going to the interview. Now after seeing all these 3 categories like higher education, public sectors as well as research, every student will have few questions in their mind. These are the questions you might have get in your mind. The first question is, should I opt for higher education or PSUs? Which one I have to choose? The choice is based on your interest. Suppose if you are interested in doing job only, it is better to opt for public sectors. Suppose if you are interested in for higher education, then it is better to go for only higher education. And some of them are interested to do like engineering services. Some of them are interested to prepare for engineering services. For that, you can choose any one of these 2. But there is a slight difference between these 2. If you go for a PSU, only a few organizations will have some sufficient time for the preparation of engineering services. It means work is not fully loaded. At least you will have a finite time for preparing. But whereas few organizations job was really hectic. Suppose if you go for higher education, like any reputed organizations like IITs or IISc Bangalore, basically IITs are also called technically hubs. So till now we have seen that various aspects in that post-grad guidance like higher education, public sectors as well as research. Now the general questions, the common questions which comes in everyone's mind is, the first one, should I opt higher education or PSU? Which one I have to opt? I will suggest you that if you really want to do a job, it is a needy to someone, then it is better to go for PSU. Someone will have interest to do masters or to do research, then it is better to opt higher education. But someone will think that I want to prepare while doing job or while studies, I want to prepare for engineering services or civil services. Then you can go for both of these 2. Any one of these 2 you can go. But if you go for a PSU, there is a slight difference is there. If you go for a PSU, only few organizations will give a sufficient time for preparing. It means the workload is less in few organizations, whereas few organizations will have workload is very hectic. Coming to that, IITs or in IISc Bangalore, these are called generally technical hubs. These organizations will offer you that sufficient time for preparing that engineering services, and meanwhile you will get the 12,400 as a stipend, so that you will get a support from the organizations as well as you will get the support from the professors also, because these technical hubs will have a great environment for the preparing for service based exams. Now coming to the third one, M.Tech in top colleges versus scientist post in research. See, as I told you already, the selection of your master's program is purely based upon your interest. The first one is, if you want to go for master's in a job oriented program, like you want to do industry related program, after successful completion of the M.Tech, I need to get a placement, then it is better to opt for only M.Tech. Now, suppose if you are interested in research areas, like if you want to do any research program in any solar field or anywhere, then definitely it is better to opt PhD program. Then there is a lot of scope in that research organizations. Coming to the fourth point, it is a very important and common question in everyone's mind, that college or specialization, which one I have to prefer? See, based upon the specialization in various organizations, you will get 100% placement. But whereas, if you want only the brand, like I want to be study in IIT, I want to be study in old NIT, then you can choose the college. No, otherwise if you want to get a better placement, it is better to opt only the specialization. Based on the specialization only, some organizations will directly recruit you through the interview. Okay. Now, the last question. Should I prepare for GATE again? Yes. You can prepare the GATE again. When? If you are not up to the mark, means suppose your target is getting admission into IIT. Your target is getting placed in PSU. If you are not able to clear that, it means your rank is a medium rank. Coming to the fifth point, should I prepare for the GATE exam again? Yes, you can prepare for the GATE exam again. When? If your GATE rank is not up to the mark, it means you may not be able to get the admission in IITs or may not be get the recruitment in the PSU. In such case, you can give that the GATE exam once again. Till now, we have talked about that people who got good rank and who got the medium rank, at least they have qualified. Now coming to that, people who has not qualified the GATE exam, guys, don't disappoint, because based upon these following parameters, you may not be clear the GATE exam, like time management, silly mistakes, lack of practice, confusion with formulas, unable to get idea to solve logic, questions is not clear, left a few subjects. Based on among any one of these parameters, if it is affected your preparation, then try hard, prepare well for the GATE exam. Definitely you will get clear in the next time. You will be getting at least admission into the any IITs, or you will definitely get placed in any public sectors. But try to focus on these areas. Definitely these are the common areas where students will generally commit a mistake. Should I write GATE exam again? Yes, you have to write. Because nowadays, if you observe that, as a placement point of view in any private engineering colleges, placements are not up to the mark. If you want to settle well, then definitely you have to give the GATE exam. Once if you crack the GATE, lot of opportunities are there in front of you. Don't get disappointed and never give up. Trust yourself and be confident, and don't commit the mistakes which you have done in the past, so that you are not able to clear. So don't commit a mistake again and again, and prepare well for your next GATE exam. And the next common question is, suppose if I am not able to clear this year the GATE exam, will gap matter in PSUs or M.Tech? No. It will not affect your PSUs as well as M.Tech. Why? Because if your fundamentals are very strong, if your content is very good, then definitely it will helpful for you to take into that admission into the M.Tech as well as PSUs also. Be confident on your concept. Be confident on your subject to knowledge. Then definitely it will be take you to that higher level. Don't be get degrade. I hope you like this video. Thank you and all the best. Keep watching.